1944. The ruins of a bombed European city. A soldier and his dog moved through the wreckage. The dog stopped. The soldier stopped. 3 seconds later, enemy movement is detected 50 yards ahead. The soldier lives. What you just saw wasn't a movie scene. It happened thousands of times across 2 world wars, Korea, Vietnam, and conflicts happening right now on the other side of the world. The German Shepherd has served in more human conflicts, saved more lives, and shaped more institutions than any other dog breed in history. It is the most recognized dog on the planet, the most decorated working dog in military history, and somehow one of the most misunderstood breeds alive today. People fear it. Governments have banned it. Insurance companies charge extra for it. Tonight, we go back to the beginning. We uncover what this dog actually is, what it was actually built for, and why nearly every assumption people make about it is wrong. This is the German Shepherd, the dog that helped build the modern world. Before we go further, consider this. The German Shepherd is the only dog breed in history that was deliberately engineered from scratch by a single person with a specific philosophical vision for what a dog should be. Not bred over centuries by anonymous shepherds, not shaped gradually by geography or climate, designed intentionally with a written standard, a breeding program, and a mission statement. That man was Captain Max von Stephanitz. What he created over the course of 30 years would change policing, military strategy, search and rescue, disability assistance, and the entire concept of what a working dog could be. The year is 1899. Germany is rapidly industrializing. Farming communities that had relied on working dogs for centuries are shrinking. The traditional German herding dog, a capable but inconsistent mix of regional types, is in danger of disappearing entirely. Captain Max von Stephanitz, a former cavalry officer with a deep obsession with working dogs, attends a dog show in Western Germany. And he sees something that stops him cold. A dog named Hector Lynxrhein. Medium size, powerful build, wolf-like in appearance. But what struck von Stephanitz most wasn't the dog's body. It was its eyes. Alert, calm, deeply intelligent, completely present. Von Stephanitz purchased the dog on the spot, renamed him Horan von Gerfrath, and registered him as the first German Shepherd dog in history. Then he founded the Verein für Deutsche Schäferhunde, the Society for German Shepherd Dogs, and began one of the most deliberate selective breeding programs the dog world had ever seen. His written standard was precise and visionary. He didn't want a pretty dog. He didn't want a show dog. He wanted, in his own words, a dog of the highest intelligence, absolute loyalty, and inexhaustible willingness to work. Within a decade, the breed was standardized. Within 2 decades, it would be at war. When World War I erupted in 1914, the German military already had German Shepherds integrated into their forces. But no one, including von Stephanitz, was prepared for how indispensable they would become. The German army deployed over 48,000 German Shepherds during WWII. Let that number settle. 48,000 dogs. They served as messenger dogs, carrying critical dispatches through artillery fire when communication lines were destroyed. They served as medic dogs, moving through no man's land after battles to find wounded soldiers who were still alive, then leading medics back to them. They served as guard dogs, search dogs, and supply carriers. Allied forces captured German Shepherds during the war and were so stunned by their capability that they began their own breeding programs immediately. When the war ended, soldiers on both sides brought their dogs home, and the German Shepherd, once unknown outside Central Europe, became an international phenomenon overnight. Here's a fact so remarkable it sounds like fiction. In 1918, an American soldier named Lee Duncan found a litter of German Shepherd puppies in an abandoned war kennel in France. He brought one home to Los Angeles. That dog, Rin Tin Tin, became the biggest movie star in Hollywood. Not the biggest animal star, the biggest star. Period. At the height of his fame, Rin Tin Tin received more than 10,000 fan letters per week. Warner Bros. Studio, struggling financially in the early 1920s, was saved from bankruptcy largely because of box office receipts from Rin Tin Tin films. And with every film, millions of Americans saw what a German Shepherd could do. the intelligence, the athleticism, the emotional connection with its human partner. German Shepherd registrations exploded across the United States. The breed had crossed from working dog to cultural icon. Before the German Shepherd, police work and dogs were rarely combined in any organized way. That changed in 1910 when the city of Ghent, Belgium, deployed the first organized K9 police unit using German Shepherds. Within a decade, police departments across Europe and America were following suit. The German Shepherd's combination of traits made it uniquely suited to law enforcement in ways no other breed could match. Its nose, capable of detecting odors at concentrations 100,000 times lower than what humans can perceive. Its speed, capable of reaching 30 miles per hour in pursuit. Its bite force, its trainability, its ability to make independent decisions in dynamic, high-pressure situations. Today, German Shepherds and their close cousin, the Belgian Malinois, represent the overwhelming majority of working police dogs worldwide. They locate missing persons. They detect explosives and narcotics. They apprehend dangerous suspects. When Navy SEAL Team 6 conducted the raid on Osama bin Laden's compound in 2011, a military working dog was part of the assault team. A dog. In one of the most significant special operations missions in American history. In 1927, a woman named Dorothy Harrison Eustace was living in Switzerland, training German Shepherds for police and military work, when she witnessed something that changed the trajectory of disability assistance forever. She saw German Shepherds being trained in Germany to guide blind veterans, men who had lost their sight in World War I, through city streets. She wrote an article about it for the Saturday Evening Post. A blind 20-year-old man in Nashville, Tennessee, named Morris Frank read the article and wrote to her directly. He asked for a dog. He received Buddy, a German Shepherd female, and the two of them crossed a busy New York City street together in front of journalists to prove the concept. Worked. Morris Frank and Dorothy Harrison Eustace went on to found the Seeing Eye, the first guide dog school in the United States in 1929. The breed that had just fought 2 world wars was now guiding blind people across streets. The same traits, the same intelligence, the same calm under pressure. Just a completely different mission. Now let's address the myths, because despite its extraordinary record of service, the German Shepherd carries an unfair reputation in many circles. And why it's one. German Shepherds are inherently aggressive. The German Shepherd was specifically bred for stable temperament. Von Steffenitz's written standard explicitly called for a dog with steady nerves, confidence, and the ability to remain calm under pressure. Aggression without cause was considered a breed fault, not a feature. What gets misread as aggression is actually extreme alertness combined with high intelligence. A German Shepherd processes its environment faster than almost any other breed. When it reacts to something before you've noticed it, that's not aggression. That's the system working exactly as designed. Mutts T2Os. They are one-person dogs who can't be trusted around families. The German Shepherd's loyalty is often mistaken for exclusivity. In reality, well-socialized German Shepherds form deep bonds with entire family units. They are among the most consistently used therapy dogs, family protection dogs, and children's companions in the world. The U.S. military's retired working dogs, some of the most highly trained German Shepherds in existence, are routinely adopted into family homes and successfully transitioned to civilian life. MY3. They need an experienced owner. What the German Shepherd actually needs is engagement, mental stimulation, a purpose, a job. A bored German Shepherd becomes a destructive German Shepherd, not because it's dangerous, but because an idle mind of that capacity needs an outlet. Give it a job. Give it training. Give it a challenge. And it will reward you with a level of loyalty and capability that very few breeds on Earth can match. Dr. Stanley Coren's landmark study of dog intelligence, the German Shepherd ranked third among all breeds, behind only the Border Collie and the Poodle. But raw rankings don't capture what makes the German Shepherd's intelligence remarkable. It is one of the only breeds that consistently demonstrates what researchers call adaptive intelligence, the ability to solve novel problems it has never, encountered before. Most dogs, when faced with an unfamiliar problem, will either try the same approach repeatedly or give up. German Shepherds observe, adjust, and try new strategies. Search and rescue handlers report that their German Shepherds will independently modify their search patterns based on environmental conditions, wind, direction, terrain, crowd movement. Nobody teaches them this. They figure it out. This is a dog that doesn't just follow instructions. It understands the mission. Act 1. The name German Shepherd was almost lost forever. After World War I, anti-German sentiment in Britain and America was so intense that the breed was renamed. In Britain, it was called the Alsatian Wolf Dog, after the Alsace region of France. In America, the American Kennel Club briefly registered them simply as shepherd dogs. It wasn't until decades later that German Shepherd was restored as the official name in most countries. Fact T2. A German Shepherd named Apollo was... Arriving within minutes of the tower's fault line, he and his handler worked 12-hour shifts through the rubble for weeks. At fact diet 3, the world's first trained bomb detection dog was a German Shepherd named Chips who served in World War II. He also once broke free. Get through. Surrender. He was awarded the Silver Star and the Purple Heart. Then had the awards revoked because official policy said animals couldn't receive military honors. The soldiers who served with him were furious. The fact exceeding 90%. Research into their medical detection capabilities is ongoing. Today, the German Shepherd serves in more roles than any other breed in history. Military, law enforcement, search and rescue, bomb detection, cancer detection, guide dog work, therapy work, herding, family protection, competitive sport. No other breed comes close to that range. And yet the breed faces real challenges today. Irresponsible breeding has produced lines with poor temperament and serious health problems, particularly degenerative myelopathy and hip dysplasia. The show lines and working lines have diverged so dramatically that many breed enthusiasts argue they are effectively two different dogs wearing the same coat. The German Shepherd deserves better than that. It deserves breeders who honor what von Stephanitz built. Dogs bred for the purpose he envisioned, not for the show ring, not for profit, but for the work. Max von Stephanitz spent 30 years building this dog. He wrote near the end of his life that his greatest fear was that the breed would become a victim of its own popularity, that people would value its appearance over its character, its status over its purpose. He was right to worry, but he was also right to be proud, because a century after he registered that first dog, German Shepherds are still finding bombs in war zones, still guiding blind people through city streets, still sitting beside children in therapy rooms, still working. Some breeds were shaped by the world around them. The German Shepherd was shaped by a vision of what the world could need. And 100 years later, it is still answering the call. Subscribe to Myth-Busting Mutts for new episodes every week. Next time, we tackle the most controversial breed in America, a dog that has been banned in cities, feared by millions, and fiercely defended by those who actually know it. The pit bull. The truth might surprise you.